Now we're going to make some Brussels sprouts. They are, again, just sauteed in a pan so that they're going to have a nice caramely flavor and get that real nice nutty texture. Again, what make these a little bit nicer than your regular boiled Brussels sprouts or even the steamed Brussels sprouts is that these still have a little bit of character. They're still going to have their color, and they're really delicious. So what I'm going to do is just cut off the ends and slice them in half. That way they're a little bit more even. They're going to cook faster because they bought only half the density. See, they're really dense little vegetables. So we're not going to take these guys over to the stove. We're going to get, again, a nice heavy saucepan that has a lid because, again, we're going to saute them and steam them kind of at the same time. So let's get this lit. Again, medium-high heat. So we've got some good temperatures to get them going. We'll start them out in a little bit of olive oil, about a tablespoon, maybe a little bit more. Get the pan nice and warm, get the olive oil warm. I think actually I need a little tiny bit more. It should be enough to just coat the bottom of the pan, so they're not going to be floating, but they are going to be sauteing around here. So cover the pan, nice and warm. Okay. In go the Brussels sprouts. We're going to give them a little bit of a stir. Make sure that they're not going to be fully coated, but they're just going to have a little bit of olive oil on there. Hear the sound, so they are cooking. Okay, and because again these are such dense little guys, we're going to add a little bit of water to the pan. Lid on. These are going to cook for about 10 to 12 minutes. Again, because they're kind of thicker, they're going to take a little bit of time, but don't forget them for 10 to 12 minutes. About every 3 or 4 minutes, just come back and give them a stir. Make sure that they're moving around and they're not burning, because again, we want them to get soft, but we don't want them to burn. All right, let's check on these Brussels sprouts, see how they're doing. You may need to come back about every 2 minutes or so, at least initially, to make sure they've got enough liquid to cook in. So you might need to add a little bit more water. Again, we're not boiling them, but we do need to have something for them to cook in. They're not going to release quite as many juices as the carrots or even the green beans say. So come back and check on them. If you need to add a little bit more water, you could add a little more olive oil if you want to. But again, you want to make sure they don't burn. They can brown and get nice and toasty looking. If you want to try to avoid having them stick too much to the bottom. Okay, while they're just about finished, I'm going to add a few little spices to them. So a little seasoning to help bring out their flavor. A little salt. I'm going to go really simple. Some garlic powder, maybe a little extra garlic powder, so it's kind of nice. And some pepper. And again, you could add kind of any kind of vegetables. You could do thyme, you could do tarragon, you could do oregano, herbs Provence, a variety of things. I'm going to add a little bit of thyme, about 2 teaspoons of dried. Again, you could do fresh as well. Whatever you have handy. Very easy. Okay. All right, stir that in again. All right, I think these are done. We're going to finish up here and take them over to the counter. Turn off the stove. Okay. Let's bring the pot. Wow, but it's a really big pot. All right, so these guys are also really nice. Very warm. They're good at room temperature. They're fine hot. So again, if you want to cook these ahead of time, they're going to hold up as you finish the rest of the meal. Yeah, there we go. Super. So there we go. These are Brussels sprouts with a little bit of thyme. Again, you could put any kind of seasoning or other herbs on, like tarragon, but they've caramelized a little bit in the pan. They're nice and soft without being soggy, and they're all delicious. So there we go, Brussels sprouts.